Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks, and the table is pretty much finished. I've put the side on and painted it, filled the gap in on where the two tables join basically. So that's all good. As you can see, I've treated the knots on the top of the table. So now I'm good to bring the city over and start building on the table. This one here, I need to do a finishing effect on this table, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. But the first thing I'm going to do is bring all of my Lego over here. This includes all of my sealed boxes, my Bricklink stuff, and obviously all the Lego pieces as well. And what I need to try and do is find a home for everything. So we've got calyxes around the back there, we've got some down the bottom here, and also at the other end there, we've got a calyx unit at the bottom. And these sections here are going to be where the drawers, but behind the drawers are where I'm going to put a lot of sealed sets, whether they're my backlog or whether it's actual sets that are to go on Bricklink. So without further ado, let's bring all of the Lego over here, see what we've got, and then we can start finding a home for it. And the structural integrity of the table seems absolutely sound. Running out of room fast here. We've just got this little bit of space on the end here and the rest of that table there. And I've got 15 more, I think it is, large boxes to come out, as well as a whole load of these here, which will be going underneath the bottom there. So I'm just going to have a bit of a tidy up in the old Lego room. And then once I've done that, I'm going to bring as many more boxes over as I can fit in here for the time being. And then I'll start sorting stuff out. And then until I've cleared enough space to bring the remaining boxes in. So let's get back to the old Lego room and do some tidying. And progress is being made. It is a complete tip in here still, but this side here has been completely cleared of boxes. All of this was covered with boxes, and all I've got to do now is there's some UCS sets there that need to go out. There's another box behind there, a few over on this side, and then all of the rest of this is just a mixture of Gotham and loose bricks, which used to be Mandalore, parts of Gotham all over the place, and dreaded moving this out as I think it's going to be too tall. And it just shows how long it's been since I've been actually working in this Lego room. The calendar is on August, so I haven't done any building at all in the month of September or the start of October, so that's quite a scary thought. But anyway, let's carry on moving all this stuff out to the garage and get this room clear. And boy, it is getting crammed under the table. I don't know if it'll show up very well, probably not. But in here, underneath this entire section is just full of sealed sets. So that's all good. The majority of the stuff in here is sets that I'm going to be selling in the future. This Lord of the Rings one here actually got me started on collecting the sealed sets of the Lord of the Rings, the original ones that came out. So that is responsible for a lot of the collecting that I've done. But yeah, just a little bit more room here, and then once I've filled that up, I can then put the last set of drawers in like I've got here, and then it's a case of finding a home for the rest of it. But the top of the table now is looking considerably better. It is still a complete mess, but when I step back now, yeah, a lot happier to see a lot more space there. And down in that far corner, it is pretty much clear as well. So that's all good. And I'm confident by probably early afternoon, this table will be completely clear, ready for Gotham to be set up. And after 2 days solid, the table is pretty much clear with the exception of the Gotham builds and base plates. On the bottom here, all the drawers are in place now, and every calyx unit is full with Lego sets that are either for Bricklink or future mocks or resale, anything like that. And behind all these drawers, the table over there is chock-a-block with sets as well. Over this side here, we have got our computer table, and then we've got the TANTIVE table, and I've got all my sorting drawers on the back just there, and there are some more underneath. And the plan is I'm going to be trying to keep the bricks separate that I get for the TANTIVE build from the Gotham, so I don't have to keep stealing bricks as I did with Mandalore. As you can see here, all the plates that are missing, all the tiles that are missing, Gotham took a massive hit during the Mandalore build series. Just so I could get Mandalore finished, rather than ordering bricks I thought I might not need. I wasn't sure, so I thought, just play safe. Let's just borrow them from Gotham and replace them at a later date. Now, down this end of the room, this is just a headache to look at. And this, at the very corner there, are a load of UCS sets and sets that will be used. either within Gotham or parts I'll be using for the TANTIVE build, and the rest of the boxes here are either dismantled Lego sets that used to be on display in the old Lego room or the first Lego room, or they are Lego pieces. And in these bags here are a whole load of pieces that still need to be sorted following the dismantle of Mandalore. So yes, quite a lot of sorting and tidying these doing, which I'll be just doing gradually over the coming weeks. My priority at the moment is to get the base plates all laid out on this table and make a start on building Gotham City. As I said earlier, a lot of it has taken a real batter in here, and I can see a lot of rebuilds are required. Hopefully the main buildings have survived, but I am sort of like considering changing the overall vision of Gotham. The table, as mentioned in the previous video, is considerably bigger than the old one. The old table was 3.2 meters by 1.8. This is 5.7 by 1.9. So there's a lot more real estate to play with on here. Now in the centre here, you can see the old Wayne Tower. The reason this isn't on the top, it doesn't fit. It's probably just this section here shy. So I can fit most of it on there, but yeah, it's not going to go. So I need to decide whether to remove one of these two floors just here or shrink each floor by a few bricks to enable me to fit that back in, which may be the best way. If I remove the train track pieces that I put around the corner there, I could reduce each of those sections by, say, 2 bricks, another 2 there, another 2 there, and so forth. And all of a sudden, we've got the height that we need to fit that in. But it's nice to see this building in here. I think it's give me a good idea for scale for the city. And obviously the Wayne main tower, because this is the old Wayne Tower. The new Wayne Tower is going to have the train going through the middle of it. So again, it's giving me a good idea of what I'm going to be looking at size-wise on there. But yeah, I can't wait to get all of this laid out and get the base plates down there and then start mapping out what we're going to do with Gotham City. And it looks like an earthquake has hit Gotham City. The buildings are crumbling. There's so many bricks missing, and through the move and through the other builds I've been doing, that yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to take place. And also, a lot of these buildings and structures are not actually working out how I want them to be due to the potential new layout. So for example, here the water's coming around the corner and then it's abruptly stopping, and again, I just don't think that's how I want this part to look. So I do need to have a good think about all of the different buildings within Gotham and what buildings I want to bring in. So for example, now that I've got this larger area, I do want to rebuild a back cave. It's not going to be anywhere near as big as the previous one I had, and obviously the Wayne Manor on top of it. And what I'm considering doing is doing that down the far end of the room here. And at the moment I've just placed Arkham Island and Arkham Asylum down here, but what I'm considering doing is losing the actual island itself and having this as a cliff face or a rock face going all the way across the table there. Over that side, I'll have the Batcave and Wayne Manor, and then this side will be Arkham Asylum. But what I'll do is I'll put some tall trees between the two, so that when you're at Wayne Manor, you can't see Arkham Asylum, because I'm sure Batman or Bruce Wayne wouldn't have built or wouldn't have had his house that close to Arkham Asylum. But I think it could work quite well, and I could potentially even make it so that the Arkham Asylum is down lower than the Wayne Manor, so Wayne Manor will be up that a little bit higher. So the rock work will have a lot of character to it. And then I have the main road coming out and into Gotham City. The good thing with doing that is over on this side here, I can have it so you can look in from both sides there into the Batcave. And I could also have it so you can actually look inside at the back of Arkham Asylum, what's going on underneath it. So whether or not I do it so you can see into the entire of Arkham Asylum, rather than have to take all of the different floors off, that could potentially work. So yeah, I just need to have a good think about that, how I want it to look. The only thing is, if I don't put it back on here, then they won't be able to have an exercise yard around the back here. So I just need to have a good think about that. And but yeah, lots to think about. But I do think it'd be really good to have a road that goes down the centre of